where you feel a little bit heavier or a little bit lighter for a moment? Maybe, maybe not. I feel like Sebastian doesn't feel that. You can't surprise us. He knows when something's coming. But in real life, you've probably experienced this on a roller coaster as well, where if you go over the top of a big giant hill, what do you feel?
Adrenaline.
Your stomach feels lifting a little bit, your butt comes out of the seat a little bit, you feel pressure on that seatbelt, and then when you get to the bottom of a big dip, you feel the opposite, I hope. You feel a little bit heavier, you feel like you're being pulled down. That's what we're going to be talking about, is those sorts of feelings, how to piece those apart, okay? So, there are two times when you can jump in an elevator and have it work. The first time is when you're going up, and it's right before you're about to slow down. Because the elevator going up, and then as the elevator basically stops, your body has some inertia, so if you jump at the right moment, you jump twice as high or 3 times higher.
For some reason, yes.
And then the other good time is as the elevator goes down, and you're at the top of your elevator's motion, and it's going down, and as it speeds up down. You can jump, and then the elevator will basically move without you. And that's why it looks like you're jumping much higher. So I strongly encourage you, next time you're in the elevator, try it. It's all about timing. By yourself. Don't do this with 14 other people. Right.
No? Did I get it? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Abby, I'll be quiet. Someday.
And I totally took advantage of the fact that I had a student in class who had like an elevator key because they had like broken their leg or something. I'm like, hey, we need that. Naturally, that student couldn't jump in the elevator with us. But it was really, really fun. But now I do this handout, and that's why we don't go in the elevator anymore. So Mr. Nelson just loves taking his bathroom scale into the elevator, as you do. And if I have a mass of 77 kilograms, my question for you is, what does that scale read when I have an acceleration of positive 3 meters per second per second? Because when I'm in an elevator, there are two forces that act on me. Gravity. But there's no tension acting on me.
On the string.
There's a special name for it. It starts with an N. Normal force. And I think we're talking here about how bathroom scales can do weird things, right?
Almost, yeah.
We had Shravi stand on the scale, and she didn't believe me. But we talked about how if someone walks over and pushes down on you, that scale value goes up. Does that mean you're getting heavier? There's more pressure, there's more force down. That scale reads your normal force. So that's why I'm going to say the bathroom scale. When you think bathroom scale, think it's reading normal force. Okay, that's going to help. So, scales read normal force. That's going to be really helpful. Okay.
What does that say?
Scales read FN. I don't have time to write normal force. But you guys do apparently. So the way to answer this question, like, hey, what does that scale read? You need to set up another sigma F equals MA. But instead of like mu M cosine theta and mg sine theta and all that stuff, it's just two forces, normal force and gravity. Why did I say minus?
Because they're opposites from each other? Because FN's going up, but MG's going down?
They're opposite directions, right? Normal force points up, gravity points down. So this would be positive, this would be negative. Right? Say what? According to this diagram, we have no idea. And isn't it kind of funny how sometimes in an elevator it's hard to tell if you're going up or down? Like if you're not looking at the numbers or anything like that? That's why it's the setup of this equation doesn't tell us anything about our motion. Right? The only thing that might tell us something is this. What does it mean to have an acceleration of positive 3 meters per second per second? Half true.
It's going down.
Doesn't mean you're moving upwards. What does it mean?
You're just accelerating.
You're accelerating upwards. So you could be moving up for sure, but what's happening to you as you move up? you're speeding up. But what if you're moving down and experiencing that acceleration?
You're
You're
speeding up.
slowing down. Because as you move down, if I pushed up on you, you would slow down. Your acceleration would be up, even though you have motion downwards. And that'll come into play on the next page, so don't worry about it yet. But if we plug everything we know into here, that can go away. So normal force is what we're asking for, because it says, what does the scale read? We're looking for normal force. If I add an mg over, it is ma plus mg.
I am tech support. Okay.
Tech support.
So Fn equals, you guys all have calculators, you can plug and chug and tell me what that normal force is going to be inside that elevator.
What's MA? 77 times 3.
Yes.
What's 77 times 3? 1, 2, 21. What's 7 times 2? 21? 21?
No, we made it negative when we plugged it in. It's negative here. You don't need to
I
put
don't
it on.
know. I'm just.
So what is my normal force? Or
Am I doing something wrong?
if we're talking about mass, like what does that scale read? It's gonna think I have a mass of 100.1 kilograms. That's why when, like if you're in an elevator and it suddenly jolts upwards, you're just like that. Your knees buckle a little bit because you feel heavier for just a moment, and then you're moving at some constant speed. Okay, so that's what that kind of signifies. Just like on a roller
I
coaster
got
too, where
1001.
you're like going down a roller coaster and you like hit the bottom and then it like curves backwards right away or curves back up right away. You feel heavier for just a second. If you had a scale under your butt, you could figure out how much normal force you're
Hello?
experiencing.
Big head.
On the other hand, what if I have a negative acceleration?
I can't do that.
So there's two scenarios. If I'm moving up, what's happening to me if I have a negative acceleration? You're slowing down. But what if I'm moving downwards with a negative acceleration? You're speeding up. So it's both the same thing, where my normal force equals ma plus mg, but now I plug in a negative 3 for my acceleration.
My body doesn't work like yours.
Okay. So if I have a negative acceleration, I appear lighter. I have a mass of 53.9 kilograms according to the scale if I'm inside that elevator. Does that mean my mass has actually changed? No. So maybe I should just hang out in elevators all the time. Right? But it has to be accelerated downwards all the time.
Wait, how do you
Then
do
get
that?
it out. Or maybe I can eat fewer pizzas. No, nothing. Okay, questions on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
So,
Yeah, but acceleration
so
was
glad you
also-
asked.
Mm.
This is a diagram of an elevator. It looks crazy. It looks like there's gonna be a ton to do, but I promise you it'll be done in like 4 minutes. It's not bad. Because we've already done all the math. Okay, if I start at rest, I'm gonna try and anticipate your question. Are you asking about how I can have a negative acceleration in the elevator? These 2 times. If I'm moving up and slowing down, or moving down and speeding up. Yes, whenever they're opposite each other.
It's not that bad.
So at rest, what is my acceleration? 0. What is my apparent weight? 770. Yeah, where have you been?
I'm writing it in my notebook.
If I'm speeding up, my acceleration is positive 3. What is my apparent weight?
100.1 kilograms.
We're gonna go with newtons for it, 1,001,
1,001.
but mass would be 100.1, I'm sure. If I'm at a constant speed, what is my acceleration? What is my apparent weight?
770.
7 sevens, right? So if I'm in the middle of my elevator trip, I don't feel any heavier or any lighter. And if I jump, can I jump any higher than I normally do? No. But once I get up here and I have an acceleration of -3, where I'm slowing down, and my apparent weight is lower, that's when I can jump higher. That's when I get my double jump right here. Right? So someone earlier asked me, at one point in your elevator trip, can you jump higher? It's these two. You have to be at the top of your motion, either slowing down or speeding up on the other side of that. It won't work down here. So at rest, I have an acceleration of 0, 770. You guys get the pattern? Okay. Finish the rest.
Oh, that looks ugly. That's okay. Looks like Abby. Right, Abby? I know you'll watch it. I'm watching you. Abigail. What are you looking at, Gabe? Yeah, why did Abby turn ugly? Abby, why did your hair get so short? Why did you get... Did you turn into a boy or something? Abby, where's your KKK hoodie? It's not here. Abby, why are you crying? He's not. I mean, Abby's not crying.
Take a look.
Abby, were you stressed out so you cut your hair?
Easy peasy, right?
What? Wait. Huh?
Something my physics teacher used to say at the end of a unit, he would finish his last note and he'd be like, he was really dramatic too, he'd go, and now you know everything. And then naturally all of us would think,
That's us right now.
remember I was a high school student like 2 years ago?
Oh my god, he was BB. No wonder we were.
So when I see you on Wednesday, there may be tears, but that's okay.
You will not get my toes.
That's fine. I'll be here, don't worry. I almost wasn't going to be here on Wednesday, but man, I feel like you guys would like burn down the
I'm
process.
sorry.
What's that?
My toes are just too crazy. They
Yeah,
can't go
I know.
everywhere. Oh my god, the shit on my toes.
So do I.
God, you don't aim?
I know that is not. So we will spend most of Wednesday reviewing. We are not doing the practice test in class, so that's on you to kind of take that on your own. I strongly recommend you come in on Wednesday with a completed practice test so that you can go over it with your peers or with me. I will have a review relay, like a set of problems for you to kind of keep you sharp on everything. And during that time while you're working, I will talk with each and every one of you about next year's science courses and tell you what I think that you should take, or just take your ideas and put them in. Let's see.
I just have to go to
I think that's it. You have 6 minutes to ask me any question in the world about anything. Yeah.
Can you tell stories?
I'll tell a story after I take it. Yeah, bring it.
Abby, no.
What do you gotta say? You've been talking all day.